You see the whole world's overreacting, boy. Like, come on, man. Like, coronavirus isn't even that deadly. Like, what are people scared of a little bit of flu? Like, achoo and that. Jesus Christ, like, people are overreacting. Like, come on, man. I'm a big man. I survive all this stuff. You get me? Like, I'm not even scared. Like, I'm not even scared. Trust me. Screw coronavirus, man.
Early in the morning,
Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. You know who it is. It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice, and all of that. As you can see by the video's title, I'm gonna be talking about UK going into lockdown, potentially as early as tomorrow. And providing I get this video uploaded today, that means Thursday. And sorry, my eye is killing me. I poked myself in the eye when I was trying to do the skit earlier. I poked myself in the eye and it just burns. But anyway, so there's rumours circulating now, a couple independent sources, that the UK is going to go into love lockdown tomorrow. Yeah, so, or corona lockdown, whatever. So I wanted to discuss like the benefits of doing that and what I think and what I'll be interested to see what other people think. Like, lockdown is, what that means is like the whole country, it says what it says on the tin, like the whole country goes into lockdown, which means the government will enforce army, police to ensure that people, I'm assuming this is what the extent of what it means, like ensure people stay inside their houses so that we can essentially contain our corona outbreak. Now, there's definitely pros and cons to this. The pros, if we lock down the UK, we can essentially nip it in the bud. If you look at what China have been doing, obviously China were the ones that, well, not the ones that did anything, but the outbreak stemmed from China. But ironically, their economy untouched. Their economy is, well, not untouched, but they're doing well. And because they contained the outbreak as soon as it started to get to a certain level. They closed down the city for 50 days. They sterilized the whole city. They took everyone's temperatures in and out from the jump, like straight away. And they've literally ensured that the country has basically, is going to continue to thrive. If you essentially lock down the country, it allows the government to put everything in place to make sure that make sure that our borders and our cities are safe. So it's a straight shut the borders, everyone stays in, and you let the government do their job. Now, I'm struggling to understand how we can do that without causing more negative effects. Now, what I mean about that is that, like, our economy is already shattered. The depression that we're about to go into, the recession we're about to go into, you'd see the Great Depression. This is gonna be the greatest depression, you get me? Like, this is gonna be crazy because airlines are already desperate to get bailed out. Half the people I know have lost their jobs, you get me? The economy is gonna go into utter meltdown. If we then go into complete lockdown, what's gonna happen to the economy then? I'm thinking businesses will shut. So people who are self-employed can't make any money. How are you gonna bail those people out? You understand? So it's a bit of a sticky one. Like, our economy is already on the ropes. Absolutely already on ropes. It's literally, I'm trying to roll with the punches, but it's just on ropes. I'm literally getting beaten up. The economy is getting beaten up. It's not working. Like, if we then shut our borders to do complete lockdown, how long could that take? It took China 50 days. Are we as advanced as China? That's a rhetorical question. We ain't nowhere near as advanced as China. So what I'm looking at, I'm thinking 2 months, complete lockdown, at best 6 weeks. Really? What's gonna happen to our mental health? I go crazy and I get cabin fever after 2 hours. if I ain't got someone to talk to, I'm like this. I'm like. I'm in pain. Like, I'm literally trying to understand where I can talk to someone. So, mental health. What about people who are in abusive relationships, abusive households, and you're stuck indoors with them? I know it sounds like a bit of a random angle to take, but think about it. Broaden your mind. Lockdown. Are we in Big Brother? Is this V for Vendetta? Big up V for Vendetta. But like, you get me? If we shut down everything and nip it in the bud, is that essentially gonna outweigh whether we basically let it kind of not play itself out? Because I don't really understand what England are even doing at the moment, to be honest with you. Like, I just don't believe. I don't really believe locking the country down is gonna bring any benefit to. Oh, it's a tight one, because I don't know, man. I don't know. I believe that if we lock the country down, the depression that we're about to go into, if we do, will be horrific. We might even be indebted to other countries. China owns most of the world's debt anyway. They're the only ones pretty much who have sorted their stuff out. Are we going to be indebted to them again? I don't understand. So I would suggest, I don't even know though, because then again, I'm in a fortunate situation. I'm young, I'm fit, I'm healthy. So if I get coronavirus, God forbid, I think I can laugh it off. I mean, that might come across as arrogant, but at the end of the day, it's a flu. I actually think this whole thing is mass hysteria. We've gone into mass hysteria over something that didn't need to be. It could have been contained. It could have been a lot easily contained. But with the power of social media, everything blows out of proportion and blah, 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 blah. So now we've got whole nations and whole worlds locking off borders and this, that, and the other, and we're kind of stuck, like, not really understand what we're gonna do. So if I got coronavirus, bro, I would literally laugh it off. I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm good, you get me? Even though I've just come back from Miami, I'm literally dying, my central nervous system's low, I still think I would fight it off. The problem is that if we spread it to our grandparents, etc. I understand, I live with my nan right now, you understand? So I have to be extra careful not to take that ish back with me when my nan is young, old, fragile and feeble. I can't run that risk of getting it. However, locking down the whole city, will we lose a lot more? But then again, if the economy has already gone tits up, we might as well cut the head off the snake. Hey, you know what? I basically just contradicted myself. I don't actually know the answer. I'm gonna retract what I said. I would probably argue no. I feel like the pros of locking down a whole nation don't outweigh the cons. I think the cons outweigh the pros. So I am gonna stick by that. But there is definitely some benefits there. But ultimately, my opinion is you have to consider people with businesses. You have to consider you have to consider businesses anyway. If we lock down a country, our economy is gonna crumble, in my opinion. Mental health will go through the roof, like bad negative mental health. Abusive, like people who are in abusive kind of relationships or abusive households that they can't sustain. What happens with food? What about if you're poor and you haven't stocked up on food and things like that? Luckily, my mum's always ahead of the curve and she's bought a hell of a lot of food. We've got 2 freezers full of that ish. You feel me? So I don't know. I'm a bit torn. Should the UK go into lockdown? I mean, it would be quite cool to see tanks and that rolling past the yard and that. It'd be good content for YouTube, good for the stories. It'd be good for the memories as well, you know. Because I think I'm the only one. I just don't really feel negative about the whole thing at the moment. But that's a lie. I do. I'm a history nerd, innit? So I'm just so like intrigued to see how this is gonna pan out. But I'm just not a negative person as well. So all this kind of negativity, like this, that, and the other, it's such a minuscule. Like it's not much of the population has even got it and things like that. But you know, human behaviours. I wonder what happened if like aliens invaded or something. But anyway, I'm kind of going on a bit of a gibberish rant here, so I'm gonna cut that video there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please engage with the kid, and yeah, man, this is my new life now. Signing out.